The topic is, how do you develop good expression power? Let's first understand why expression power is important, and then we will move on to thinking about or discussing about how to develop this good expression power. Either you are giving an interview, or maybe you are attending your appraisal meeting, or maybe you are making a presentation in your office, or attending a meeting with your seniors. At every place, you would see your presentation pays. Your entire career, your entire skill sets, to build which you may have spent 10 to 15 years of your life, would not get recognition if you do not know how to express it well. It's not enough to be good, it's also very important to let the world know that you are good. I repeat, it's not enough to be good. It's also very important to let the world know that you are good. And this is an art. There are many working professionals who are extremely good at their work, who know everything about their work, who has good skill and knowledge, but yet they do not get recognition for their work because somewhere they lack the ability to express, present their work effectively where it matters. And there are many other people who may be average workers, but they get the advantage of their good expression power. Not just that, to grow in your career in leadership positions, you need to have the ability to express yourself well, because when you are handling teams, when you need to guide people, motivate them, nurture them, and sometimes if required manage them, reprimand them, you need that expression power. Not just that, even in your personal life, in your relationships, your ability to express yourself well will help you in a big way. So this is one skill which gives value to your every other skill, and therefore needless to say that everyone should try to do this. Now the question comes, how do you develop this expression power? How do you ask people? How do you say if you have achieved something, if you have done something? How do you express it effectively? The first thing is, get into the habit of expressing. It's not that difficult. The problem with many people is that they do not express anyways. See, before you become good at something, you need to start. If I don't start, I can't be good. If I don't have the attitude of expression, if I always think that people would presume, many times people say, my work would speak, I won't speak. My dear friend, in today's world, your work should speak, but you too should speak. Otherwise, people would close their eyes, they won't notice. Nobody is waiting to see that how well you are working. You have to mark your presence. Yes, you have to do it smartly. You need not go and brag, but it's very important to learn that art. So first thing is, start expressing yourself wherever you get an opportunity to express. And expression doesn't mean speaking what you want to say. It's not just that. It's also expressing in terms of giving a feedback, in terms if you want to encourage someone, if you want to appreciate someone, if you want to make a point. If you are just traveling somewhere and you happen to be with someone and you like to say something or you appreciate something, then are you a person who speaks, or are you a person who keeps quiet, who just keep on waiting, let that other person speak, unless that person speaks I won't speak, and who let go the opportunity? I have seen many times people who do not express, but they complain about other people who are not so good in expression. My dear friend, you are not even expressing. Okay. In order to become good, first you should start expression. Sometimes it reeks of the mindset which says that if I do, I'll do it perfectly. That's a wrong approach. Okay. That's the approach which gets you stuck in life, which would not let you take action, which would many times give you an excuse to not move ahead in life. So first thing, if you want to become good in your expression, be it written communication or just expressing somewhere in terms of your verbal communication, your speaking, or any other mode of expression when you have, please see that next time when you get an opportunity, you would not miss it. Maybe in your office there is a function and your senior has told you, would you like to give a vote of thanks? Don't say no next time. Take this opportunity. In fact, go ahead and take, sir, can I get the opportunity to introduce our guest? And take that. That is where you get your practice. It is deliberate practice with right attitude which makes you good in any skill. So that's first point. Number two, what do you do? In order to become good in your expression, become a good observer. See, your expressions would matter to the world when they are relevant. And you can keep your expressions relevant to the world around you when you are aware that what is happening around, when you observe things keenly, when you understand people and situations in a better way, then your expressions would be relevant. Because even if you express something very well, but if it is irrelevant, it doesn't make sense. So I have to observe, and observe not just the people around, but also observe other good speakers, other good expression. Maybe you get a good email and you like that email, you like the structure, you like the salutation, you like the overall short and sweet message. Copy that email, save it. Observe it, spend some time with it. Look at it and try to find out what is that good in this which is making me attracted to this email. Is there a particular phrase which I can use somewhere else? Maybe you heard an opening of a speech somewhere where the speaker used a particular way of expression and you liked it. Observe it and mark it. Because that's where you get the practical way of collecting good expressions. All the things which you would do may not be original, but they have to be yours. And they have to be yours in terms of you have to collect it, you have to glean through. So if you are looking a news debate and you find some good expression, make a note of it. You must create your own bank, your own small bank of good expressions. Now tomorrow there is New Year, right? Ugadi. And you would see so many expressions. I'm sure certain expressions you would find unique. Certain expressions would not be copy-paste. They would be original. Look at them and try to find them. And try to make a note and use. Next thing which you can do to improve your expression is do not get into habit of impressing people. This is where many people actually lose even after becoming good speakers. What they do is they try to impress, and in impressing they lose their originality. Your excellence in expression should not come at the cost of your authenticity. It should not look artificial, synthetic. It should be organic. It should be in alignment to your personality. And how would that happen? That would happen when you remain you while speaking with all kind of vulnerabilities. It's okay. Don't try to look perfect everywhere. Human beings are not perfect beings. Human beings are imperfect. And if you can speak things where there are some mistakes here and there, sometimes there is a grammatical mistake, it's okay. I'm not saying them to do it deliberately, but I'm just saying it in order to perfect everything, do not make yourself artificial. So don't try to impress people, rather focus on building trust. And the simplest way of building trust is being yourself. Just be authentic. Don't try to put up an act. And that way you would find your expressions would get more traction. People would find it more believable. And that's what is required. Expression is not the game of impressing people. It is the game of putting what you are thinking in a very, very effective way in front of the world and letting them know that this is what I mean. Your expressions also become a great way to add an important part in your personality is your ability to appreciate someone, your ability to give a compliment to someone. Ask yourself, when was the last time you appreciated someone and how frequently you do that? If you do not do this, this should be one simple habit which you should try to add in your daily routine. Ask yourself, did I appreciate someone? Every person has certain good qualities and certain not so good qualities. If you want to improve in your expression, then you can look for some good qualities in a person and make it a habit that whenever I meet a person, I will introduce that person to his strength. I would let him know that I like certain thing. You may not like many other things about that person, but I am sure there will be some good thing. And the magic of it would be, it would add some kind of a new dimension to your personality, that you are a good finder. You make people feel empowered with your comments, and that's a great way to express. So develop that ability, because this is one thing which you can do every day, no matter whom. You may be even if you're talking to a customer care, and if you think that customer care personnel has really spoken very well and taken care of your query, then do not hesitate to express your thankfulness, your gratitude. Do not hesitate to tell him that you're doing a great job and I appreciate it. That is the way to add to your expression more and more. And the last part, in order to become a person who can express well, is widen your horizon. Try to get involved into communications and discussion which are not of your interest. I repeat, get involved into communications, into discussions which are not of your interest. Because things in which you are interested, let's say you are interested in movies, you would anyway be involved into discussion over movies. But if you want to widen the horizon, if you want to really develop little more variety in your expressions, then you should become part of those discussions which are not of your interest. Let's say your cousins or somebody are speaking and discussing about share market, and that's not your cup of tea. It's fine. Become part of that discussion and pick a few words here and there and look at the opportunities of using them in your expressions somewhere. See, communication is one part of communication is like your ability to connect many dots. And for that, you have to collect many dots. And how do you collect many dots? When I say dots, means different perspectives, different situations. So can I talk on somebody's obituary? And at the same time, can I talk on somebody's wedding? Can I talk on stock market? A little bit, a comment here and there, not much. I need not be an expert. Can I participate in a discussion over current affairs? So this is widening your horizon, understanding things not as an expert, but developing an average understanding of more things, because this gives you variety in your expression. See, sometimes what happens, you are discussing about movies and suddenly you get a phrase which is not used in the context of movies, but you start using it here. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes this makes your expression little unique, little different. Of course, it should not be way off the mark, but sometimes when you bring that vocabulary, I many times end up bringing my vocabulary of my knowledge of medicine, which we used in medical college, not to make it technical, but to make it interesting. For example, diagnosing the problem, finding out the reason of the problem. So instead of saying, I would say diagnosing the problem. Diagnosis is important. So like that, you can connect and you can create this cross-pollination of things which I learned here, use it somewhere else. And what happens when you get into this habit of expressing repeatedly, slowly, your mind automatically recognizes the pattern. You don't have to do it consciously. You just have to go through the process every day. From attitude point of view, if you start doing it, in no time, you would be good. This is not a competency challenge. This is not an IQ challenge. It's not that you need very high IQ to become a person with good expressions. No. It's more of an attitude challenge. You need to express, And you need to be observant, you need to be interested in people, in some more varieties, and you need to try to keep on collecting and keep on using those phrases one at a time, one at a time. If you keep adding even one phrase at a time, in 1 year you have 365 good phrases, good expressions to be used, and make it unique. And this will help you in a way that you cannot even fathom, you cannot even probably calculate that. This will make you a good leader, a good father, a good mother, a good friend, a good teacher, a good employee, a good boss. At every place, your expression power would come extremely handy to you. So do not miss that. Okay. So with this, let me stop here. Thank you so much and appreciate your time. Thank you for all your generous comments, support, and wonderful, wonderful emails. Ugadi greetings to all of you. Happy New Year. Wish you have a great year ahead. Wish this year brings a lot of happiness, a lot of success, fulfillment. Thank you so much. Goodbye.